Hello, welcome to this week's Express class. So we're going to work on the abs a little bit more. We'll do our quick warm up, make it a little bit more challenging than last week, make it a little bit tougher. So come on to the hands and knees and we'll get started. So, hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips, tuck the elbows in so you squeeze the shoulder blades back, engage the core so we flatten the back, and we're going to drop the ribs down to the mat, lift the head up, and then drop the head down, ribs up to the ceiling. Drop the ribs back down, lift the head up, keep the elbows pointing back, drop the head down, ribs to the ceiling. Good. Drop the ribs down, looking up in front, drop the head down, ribs to the ceiling, one more each direction, ribs drop down, head locks up, and then finally head down, ribs to the ceiling, push the hands away from the body, and then flatten the back out so you're looking down between your fingers. Next one, we're going to reach the right hand underneath the left arm, and just stretching across, and then left arm underneath the right arm, and stretching across. So we're just getting a little bit of rotation into the spine and across the other way. Good. So as you reach across, keep that elbow pointing back to the toes as much as you can. Perfect. One last one, reaching across the body, breathing all the air out as you reach across, back to the middle, and then last one, left side. Again, breathing all the air out, reaching the hand across the body, and then back to the middle. Good. Tuck the toes underneath the feet, pinch the shoulder blades together, lift the knees up off the mat, and just hold. And lower. So we're engaging the lower abs, we're bracing the core, and lower. So this is kind of a foolproof way of getting the core worked up. Pinch the shoulder blades, lift, and lower. Two more, lift, and lower. One last one, lift, and lower back down. So when you're on your hands and knees, if you arch your back and lift the feet up, you have to engage your core. So it's a way of engaging, making sure the lower abs are working, and we can develop this into a plank by walking our feet further back. So bring your hands up the mat, tuck the elbows in, so let's make sure we're in a nice position to start. So engage the core, just tuck the hips underneath the body, toes are tucked underneath the feet, so you flatten the spine out, tuck the elbows in, lift the knees up, and then walk the feet all the way to the back of the mat, keeping the abs engaged, keep squeezing the hips, tucking the hips underneath the body, and hold that position. Good. If there's any pain, you can come down to the knees and hold the mini plank. But if you can come into a full plank, let's hold it there, squeeze the abs, bring the rib cage and the pelvis together. Walk the feet forward, and rest the feet down. Perfect. Over onto your back now. So rest the head onto the head block, hands by the side, drop the shoulders back into the mat. Big breath in, breathe all the way out, pull the rib cage down, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, and just some toe taps to start. Left foot, right foot. Squeeze the back into the mat. Nice smooth breaths, don't forget to breathe. Keep pushing the back down. Chin is tucked in, shoulders are relaxed. Good. One more on each foot. And the last one, legs to tabletop. And bring the feet down. Into a bridge next. So just to warm up the glutes, complementary muscles to the lower abs and lower back down. So they both work together to level the pelvis out and lower. Good. 4. We're just going to do 8, so we're halfway. 6. So this gets us used to rolling the hips back, really bring the stomach in nice and tight, and then just using the glutes to lift up and then back down. Good. So it gets us used to really overdoing that imprint, so we get used to pushing into the mat. We're not afraid to push into it. Hands by the side, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, 2 feet together, tap and lift. 1, 2, 3, keep the back down. 4, pull the rib cage down and in. 5, relax the shoulders. 6, keep the head on the mat. 7, last 3. 8, 9, one last one. Brace the core as you tap the feet off the mat. Legs back to tabletop and feet down onto the mat. Good. Next set we're going to do a set of hundreds. So hands by the side, drop the shoulders back, reach the hands to the bottom of the mat, chin is tucked in, roll the head and shoulders up off the mat, up nice and high, and beat the hands 2, 4, 5, breathe out, 2, 4, 5, drop the shoulders back, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in, 2, 4, 5, and out, 2, 5, and in, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 4, 5, get the tips of the shoulder blades up nice and high. Good, halfway there, breathe in, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 4, 5, in, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 4, 5, drop the shoulders back. Good, and as you breathe in, roll the head and shoulders up a little bit higher. Good, keep them up nice and high. And last breath in. And breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And roll the head and shoulders back down. So you want to try and encourage yourself to roll a little bit higher, start to work the upper abs as well. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to straighten the legs down onto the mat. We're going to use the upper abs a little bit more this time. Hands back behind the head. Imprint the spine as best you can. Arms forward, chin to the chest. Roll up, chest forward, and down. 1. Up nice and tall. 2. 3. Chest forward at the end. And arms are parallel to the floor at the top. Good. Halfway there. As you come up to the top, just stick the chest forward. Keep the elbows pointing down to the mat. Pinch the shoulder blades back. 3 more. Good, and control on the way down, nice and slow. So don't flop down at the last little bit. Good, and back down. 1 last one. Rolling up, chest is forward, shoulder blades are together. Back down onto the mat, nice and soft and controlled. And bring the hands back by the side. Good. Next one we're going to do. We're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. So we did this one last week. I can't remember if it was in the Express or the beginner's class. But we're going to have hands up towards the ceiling. I think it was actually the level 1. Hands up to the ceiling. Sorry, I'm having a conversation with my hands. Hands to the ceiling again. Imprint the spine. Pull the ribs down and in. Put the left hand onto the right set of ribs. Drop the right hand back. And you're going to touch the right thumb off the mat behind you. And then back to the ceiling. Switch to the left side. Right hand on the left ribs. Drop the left hand back, focus on pulling the rib cage down. As you touch your left thumb off the mat, make sure the ribs don't pop up. So really focus on that imprint. Back to the ceiling. Right hand up, left hand on the right ribs. Right hand drops back, focus on the upper abs. And back up. 1 last one. Left hand to the ceiling, right hand on the left ribs. Drop the left hand back and really pull the rib cage down and in nice and tight. Hands back to the ceiling and rest. Good, we're going to do that with the arms and legs this time. So imprint the spine, hands up towards the ceiling, drop the shoulder blades back, legs to tabletop, left toes off the mat, right hand to the mat, right toes off the mat, left hand to the mat. Good, so we're working the slings. So our left leg and our right arm work together. So you think when you walk down the street, these 2 arms and legs, or the opposite arms and legs, moving in the same direction. So your right leg, your left hand, always moves in the same direction. Same thing when you're running, and same thing when you're kicking a football. So you see David Beckham with the big exaggerated swing of the left arm coming back as he stands on the right leg. As he kicks with his left foot, his right arm comes forward. If I confuse that now. Good. 1 last one, each side. And legs back to tabletop and rest the feet down. Perfect. Next one, we're going to do some roll-ups into bow pose. So we're going to imprint the spine, hands back behind the head, legs to tabletop, arms forward, chin to the chest, up onto the back of the hips, chest is forward, and back down onto the mat. That's 1. 2. Remember, the feet don't touch the mat with these. So you want to get used to balancing on the back of the hips. 3. And the next exercise is going to help that. 4. Chest is forward and back down. Rolling up. 5. Keep the knees together. 6. Good. 7. Chest is forward. Last 3. 8. 9. Back down. One last one. We're going to stay up this time, chest is forward, and rest the feet down. Perfect. Next we're going to do, we're going to roll like a ball. So sit on the back of the hips, hands on the front of the shins, just below the knees, fingers wrapped to the inside, thumb on top of them. Pinch the shoulder blades back, lift the elbows up nice and high, chin is tucked in. You're going to roll back onto your shoulders, so balancing on the hips, chin tucked in. You're going to roll back onto the shoulders, keep yourself in the ball, and use momentum to come back up. And don't go too far. Remember, the feet don't touch the mat. Elbows nice and high, chest is forward to start. Tuck the chin in, round the spine, rolling back, and back up onto the hips. Good. Chin to the chest, rolling back, onto the shoulders, back up, chest forward to the top. One last one. Elbows nice and high, shoulder blades pinch back, chin to the chest, rolling back, onto the hips, chest forward, and then rest down. Roll back down, onto the mat. Good. Next exercise, we'll come back to the lower abs. Hands by the side, imprint the spine, feet are on the mat, spine is imprinted, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, small little flush kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the back imprinted, smooth breaths in and out. 7, 8, push the back down really firm. 10, bend the knees and bring the feet down. Good. Well, I've got a few more to do. We're near the end. The next one is a double leg lowers, so very similar, but the two legs come down. Imprint the spine, hands by the side, drop the shoulders back, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, focus on the imprint. 1, 2, remember smooth breaths. 3, and relax the shoulders. 4, pull the rib cage down. 5, 6, 7, keep the head on the mat. 8, neck should be relaxed. 9, one more. 10, bend the knees and bring the feet down. Good. We have 2 more to do. Next one, we're going to bring legs to tabletop. This is our confusing one. Imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, right hand to the outside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee, straighten the left leg, and switch. 1, 2, chin tucked in. 3, shoulder blades back. 4, 5, shoulder blades up off the mat. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees, rest the head, and rest the feet down. Good. One last tough one. We're going to bring the hands either side of the head. We're going to roll the head and shoulders up. The elbows come into the knees as the knees are bent. We're going to straighten the legs and hands out to the side. Keep the head and shoulders up nice and high. So as you bring the elbows back, don't let the head fall back. Imprint the spine again. Hands to the side of the head. Legs to tabletop one at a time. Chin to the chest. Head and shoulders up. Elbows to the knees. Straighten and bend. 1, 2. Drop the shoulder blades back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Bend the knees, rest the head down, and bring the feet down onto the mat. Good. We have time for one last exercise. We're going to go for one last set of hundreds. This time in tabletop, and then we're finished. I said that before. Hands by the side. Imprint the spine. Legs to tabletop. We're going to reach the hands to the bottom of the mat. Chin is tucked in. Head and shoulders up off the mat. And beat the hands. 2, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 4, 5. And in. 2. And out. 2, 4, 5. And in. 2, 4, 5. And out. 2, 4, 5. In. 2, 4, 5. Out. 2, 4, 5. In. 2, 5. Out. 2, 4, 5. Halfway there. Good. Out. 2, 4, 5. In. 2, 4, 5. Out. 2, 4, 5. Head and shoulders up. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last breath in. And out. 2, 4, 5. Rest the head. Rest the feet down. And that's it for today's class. So nice, short, sharp and sweet class. Really working on the abs. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will